In Python data structures, we have already discussed about list. Today we are going to talk about tuples. Tuples are like list, but they are immutable, so you cannot modify or add an element into existing tuple. To create a tuple, we use parentheses instead of square brackets, and then we write the elements inside this pair of parentheses. So let's create tuple with two elements, 1 and 2, and assign it to tuple 1. We can also create tuple without pair of parentheses. So if I create another tuple, tuple 2, and assign the value 3, 4, and if I check the type of this variable, type tuple 2, I get back tuple. When we are creating tuple with only one element, we have to put this trailing comma at the end to ensure it creates a tuple. If we omit this trailing comma, Python interpreter will consider it as integer. Similar to list, we can get first element using 0 index. Tuple 1 index 0 will return 1, and tuple 1 with index 1 will return 2. We can also perform the same slicing operations like list, and it will return the tuple instead of list. Len tuple 1 will return 2 because we have two elements in this tuple. If I try to modify the tuple by adding third element to the tuple 1 at index 2, and assign the value 4, it gives us type error. Tuple object does not support item assignment. So we cannot add new elements, or we cannot modify the existing elements from the tuple object. We can also create tuple using tuple function, just like we did with list function. It takes an iterable as argument, so we can pass a list and it can convert it to immutable tuple, like tuple with elements 3 and 4 as list, and it gives us back a tuple. We can also find an index of an element using index method. Let's create new tuple, numbers, and assign the elements 1, 2, 3, 2. We can find the index of 2 using numbers.index2, and we get back 1. If we want to search the second occurrence of the same element, we have to start searching from one position beyond this first position. So numbers.index of 2 starting from second position, and we get back the index of second occurrence of 2. We can also find the number of times a specific element occurs in a tuple. Numbers.count 2, and we get back 2 because 2 occurs couple of times in the numbers tuple. So those are primary operations you can perform with tuple. Tuples are useful when you need to create immutable data structure, when you don't want to accidentally change the elements of the tuple. With tuples, we can easily swap to numbers. In other programming languages, if you want to swap to numbers, you would need to create intermediate temporary variable. For example, if you have two variables a as 2 and b with value of 3, if you want to swap to numbers, you would create another temporary variable. Let's create temp, and you would assign the value of a to this temp variable. Now you can change a's value to the value of b, and then you can assign the value of temp to variable b. Now we can check, and both variables have been swapped. You can easily swap these two variables in a single line of code using tuples. So let's reassign the values a to 2 and b to 3, and we can swap them using this expression a, b equals b, a. When we do this, it creates a tuple of two elements b and a on the right hand side, and then it unpacks those values and assigns to each variable on the left hand side. So the first value is assigned to the first variable and the second value is assigned to the second variable. So those are the common operations we can perform with tuples. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you found this video informative, click on the like button, and if you have any questions, post it in the comment section below. I will see you in the next video.